support us?
Okay, so we drove for 12 hours from Kanyagute districts to here, and we came here for food supply that we're distributing to the local community of the districts. It's a rural community actually, so and it's dominated by HIV/TB, as everyone knows, and we are the first district on leading on HIV/TB, and now the non-communicable disease. So almost our old people whom we work with are all on chronic treatment. So
How many people?
so the list we sent was currently those who are directly supported by us is 199
199.
households. Yeah.
And most of people are either HIV or TB
Yeah.
on the
Diabetes.
coronary treatment list.
Absolutely.
And the drive for you to come here, how do you find out about us?
So I got it from a friend in Pretoria who was supported before while I was looking for potential food supply.
Oh, not from social department, from a friend.
No.
From a friend who knows
From
us.
a friend, yes. From
And
a friend who was once helped, and he helped the entire community in Pretoria.
And how many parcels and bags do you register? Have you been registered today?
Today,
how many have you took today?
They've packed 100 pack of rice, and they've packed 100 food parcel.
Okay. And how long does it take you from you to drive to here? Can you,
So it's going to take me another full day again, because definitely I won't be speeding because the car is full. It's a risk to overspeed. So I will take a full day again up to my district.
Sorry, can you repeat again from where do you started and where do you stop in the Middleburg? Then how long does it take you from there to there?
So I left my place at 10. I got in Middleburg at 5 evening. I rested there by a friend. There's a friend who lives there. Then from Middleburg I drove early today. I left Middleburg at 4 o'clock in the morning, and then I got here around 6:30ish. Yeah.
Then our staff opened for you today. This morning.
Yes, Simon opened for me, and I rested a bit here as well.
They
and
prepared some place for you to rest a bit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's it, absolutely.
And okay, and thank you so much. Sorry, what is your name and how old are you?
My name is Ganzamungu Zihindula, and I'm 38 years old.
38 years old. You are in the. So, what's your position in the organization?
So our organization, I'm the one who started it. So
you're one of the founders.
I founded it because I used to work for the Department of Health. Then I was working for a clinical research organization, and I then identified the need of the old people in the community, who are the caregiver of many of the population, and who are the most sickly people. So then I started to think, how can we better their lives, because most of them could not continue even taking their medication because of hunger, and many of them don't have resources. Their household are really poor. So we believed that if we train them how to produce food in the garden, but in the meantime there are food they can't produce, like the sugar you've given us, like the cooking oil, so they can't produce those. Even if we encourage them to do the garden in their houses. So now we started looking for food during COVID-19, because then it became hard. They can't go out. Some of them used to go out to work for others and get some money. Others used to work in the stores. They don't have any more opportunity. So during the COVID-19, we felt the need to give them food, because also the social development has not delivered any food in our area. And it's only NGOs that are supporting the area, like anywhere in South Africa, I think many places. So that is how we also came in and said, my project was really building a care model, a home-based care model for rural older people at this stage. But then we were interrupted by the COVID-19, because we can't go home to home. We used to group each them in a village. And this is a second activity we're doing. So during COVID-19, we started grouping. So we have 4 villages and we have 7 women in each village. They are making these masks. So we get them material for free from a place called Solid Foundation Church in Mpangeni. They gave us free material. They gave us money to pay the volunteers. And then we made over 600 masks. we gave them for free to every old person and every household in Mkanyagute.
Mm-hmm.
And now the issue of hunger then kept repeating. And because we're looking at how many of them are on chronic treatment, almost 87% are on chronic treatment. So then we started to look for opportunity for food. That is how we came across a TCSA from a friend who, when I saw on Facebook, they advertised that we got this support from ABCD and they have helped us. We said, let me ask them, because I didn't know TCSA at all. So then I applied online, then you people responded and you said I should do a Google form. I completed the Google form with high expectation because I had been writing to DSD, I've written to National Lottery, I've written to your, we can cite them, billion of them locally, and some of them say we're not an NGO, we must be an NGO, and I'm like, there is hunger and dying and COVID-19, but you're saying we should be an NGO. South Africa does not register NGO, it registers only NPOs. So we must go to Europe and America to become an NGO to come back to work here and give food to the population, which is hard, it's not doable. So that is how we then said, thanks at least to have a food to help these people not to at least die with hunger while we look up to the other level of controlling COVID-19. And that is our intervention. So we have sanitizers from volunteers in Mpangeni, and we have some soaps from a child charity organization in Mpangeni as well. They have supported us very much at Solid Ground Foundation Church, very much. So those are the really things we're doing in controlling COVID-19. And now, thanks to TCSA, we're now going to put food on their table. I'm sure they will be the most happiest people.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Can you tell me the current condition of the people right now? What's the current condition in the area that you are with your organization currently? What's the current condition of the people? The lockdown law, they are not going out at all, they cannot work. What is the actual condition right now?
So there's anxiety, there is fear, there is confusion among people, but most of it, they are worried about food. We've been documenting the stories. We have a Facebook page, which I did indicate on my form. And if we've recorded some of the stories of the people in the area, and the most concern for us is that there is no health education, which we're trying to enforce and support the Department of Health, but their condition is worsened in the fact that some of them cannot go out to collect their chronic treatment. Others don't have information how to go there because they were told to be locked in. So there was not a clear message to some of the rural illiterate community. I'm sorry to use that word, illiterate, but they have no much information. They're not informed health wisely. So then many households don't have, they run out of their supply of chronic treatment. And for us, that is a worrying situation because COVID-19 has come to really almost blind all the other sports and ignore there is another condition that people were living with. So, and we, in our capacity, because we are 11 volunteers in my organization, and we all healthcare professionals, but most of us are not working because either there's no post or retrenched or still applying or just came from university. So what we're really doing is to say we can do something for the community at place. And we noted that they have that concern of hunger, concern of dropping out from their medication, not continuing to take their drugs. And we thought most of their reason of not taking the drug is we don't have food. So now we're hoping this food is going to make a situation change a bit for those who have a supply of drugs to take them because they have food, which was their most motive.
Can you tell me that in your organization's position, did you base on outside of your care recipients, or you are in the community? Where are you actually? What's the relationship?
So, okay, the 11 of us are all in the community.
Yeah.
But not.
Do you have a central base? Not really.
Sorry?
Do you have a central base in the community, or?
So we can't afford to pay for a space, so we're almost mobile, but the many people, we use my apartment as my house as an office. So before we go to the community, we go there, we use my apartment, then we meet there. If we're in another rural area, we use we have an audiologist, whom we also use her home, a space in her home or a garage as our sub-office in another district, because we're in 2 districts, by the way. I did not mention that, so it's Umkanyagute and Utungulu. So that is how we use our spaces, because we can't afford to pay for a center, but we've applied for intensively for support to see if we can get a center. So in the community, in the rural community, because the municipality of Mukanyagute, I'm thankful to them, they allocated 4 rural communities, 4 villages that we are working with. So in those 4 villages, we use the community hall when we have our sessions, like health education, like when we have our nutrition programs, awareness campaigns, when we run any form of campaign and any community outreach programs, we use the community halls. Yeah, but we're really looking forward to have a support.
How's the transportation time from 11 of you to the community? Are they right next door, or sometimes you have very far cases you have to either use car to drive long time? Not really?
We definitely drive.
Or walking distance?
We definitely drive. We can't walk. Unfortunately, I'm talking about the hard to reach people.
Yeah.
So which even not maybe, but definitely DSD has not reached, which many NGOs have not reached. So we go with the cars on a gravel. We don't drive on any tar road, unfortunately. We go on a gravel, and those are our own cars. So we volunteer with our own cars. For those who have, some of us don't have cars for sure. 5 of us have cars. So we squeeze in those cars, and then we drive on a gravel to reach out to the households. So the local leaders, the councillors of the areas, lead us to the poorest of the poor and the hard-to-reach families. And that is how we get to their homes. Even when we distribute masks, we go to home and assess the situation.
Is that how you're going to plan to deliver those, the food parcels and the rice?
Unfortunately, yes. We're going to go door to door for the food parcel.
So you're going to go door to, that's how you plan to do.
That's
how long do you think you can finish all these? Maybe 2 days or 1 day?
No. So we're going to do it in 4 days, because we have 4 villages. We don't want anyone left out. Okay. So we have a list of those who are so desperate, and we're looking at those who are on treatment as priority. We're also looking at the child-headed household. But even beyond child-headed household, we also concerned a lot about some families who have not received a thing. So if some family have received some food parcel from any other organization, we will skip them and go to those who have not necessarily received anything. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Well, thank you for your hard work, and I will wish we can support you further. So would like to hear more from us in the future? Should you have any concern?
I would, absolutely, because yeah, I don't think the need is vanishing now. I think it's going to still be there, and I'm told you have a branch in Durban. I would wish that you can connect us to Durban, because even to come here we had to contribute small money for petrol, each of us, and we're not working, most of us. It was a hard situation.
Yeah, the Durban operation is different than what we're currently doing. So so that's the reason why we have to ask you to come here. The Durban operation, they're doing different things. They're doing soup kitchen, but with the law changing as well, they have to fold the soup kitchen as well.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh, good. No, but we've made it here. We will keep trying.
Okay.
And of course, we are applying for some resources. I'm a fellow at an organization called Tekano for Health Equity in South Africa, and they are the first group who supported me as a fellow with some seed funding, which I really, its outcome is what brought this organization to be. Because with them I was trying to start building the care model for rural old people, and that is how then we got to broaden it with the group of volunteers, because we felt like one individual cannot do this. So then I brought in the group of people. So they really supported us at that start. Well, it was normal small seed. I'm not talking about 100,000. I'm talking about like 50,000 or 20 or 30. But it made a difference, because that was our starting to even get petrol to get to the community.
Okay, that's great. I have all I need. Can you say it in short that my name is, and I am the founder of what organization? I'm just want to put it in front of everything. Okay, 3, 2, 1.
My name is Ganzamungu Zihindula. I'm the founder and the directing manager of the Healthy Rural Society in South Africa. We are based in Mukanyagute district, northern KwaZulu-Natal province, and we serve all the rural villages with focus on the older people who are on chronic treatment.
Thank you.